Hey, what's up guys? Chris McCarthy here with Jump Rope Fit, and this is your workout of the day. Now before we get started into today's workout, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of these daily workouts. All right guys, today's workout is going to be 4 rounds and it starts off with 12 dumbbell thrusters. So I'm gonna head back here, I'm gonna grab 2 dumbbells. First I'm gonna set them on the ground here and we're gonna go over the movement standards for the dumbbell thruster. So on the dumbbell thruster, you wanna start off, as always, usually getting in a nice squat stance here. So feet should be a little bit wider than hip width apart. Toes are going to be pointed out slightly. From this position, you're going to have 2 dumbbells in the front rack position. You are going to hinge at the waist. You're going to start to put a bend in those knees. As you sit back into that squat, knees are going to track out over those toes, so make sure your knees are not caving in. Knees are tracking out over those toes. The dumbbells are going to be in that front rack position, so they're going to want to pull you forward. Make sure that your weight is all back in your heels, so you're sitting back in that squat and it's not pulling you forward. As you lower those dumbbells down into that squat position, you're going to get to a point where your butt gets down below knee level. At that point, you are then going to use the power and the strength of your lower body to press through the floor, pressing those dumbbells up. When you get to full extension, those dumbbells are going to have the momentum and the power from your lower body to then press them all the way up overhead. Once they are all the way up overhead, you are then going to reverse that entire process. The dumbbells are going to come down. Once they come down, as you're going into that squat, once again, reversing the squat, knees are going out over those toes, sitting back, weight is in the heels all the way down. Now I want to point out, you want to make sure this is one fluid motion. So in the dumbbell thruster, what you don't want to do is get in that squat position, stand up and still have the dumbbells in that front rack position, because then you're essentially just going to have to do a strict press of those dumbbells to get them overhead. You want to utilize the power and the strength of your lower body to generate the momentum. So as you're powering up, you are pressing those dumbbells up overhead at the same time. So it's one fluid motion. You should be upright, fully upright, hips opened up at the top at the exact moment when those dumbbells are fully up overhead. Same thing when you start to reverse that process. As you start to bring the dumbbells down, you want to start that squat, and you want to initiate, or when you get into that bottom part of that squat, when you're fully down, is when those dumbbells are just coming into that front rack position. So I'm going to bring these 2 dumbbells up into that front rack position. Once again, nice squat stance, toes are pointed out slightly. I'm going to start to bend in those knees are tracking out over those toes. Hinging at the hips, sitting back in that squat, come all the way down. From this position, I'm going to use the power of my lower body to then press through the floor, open up, press everything up overhead. Then I'm going to reverse that process all the way down, all the way up. So you see it's one fluid motion. I'm coming all the way down and pressing all the way up. So we're going to do 12 of those dumbbell thrusters. Once you've completed 12 of those dumbbell thrusters, now we're going to go on to 12 push-ups. A couple different ways you can do this. If you have to modify it, you can go from your knee, but let's go over the main standard push-up right now. You want to make sure that your shoulders and elbows are in line with your wrists, so a nice vertical line here. We don't want to be sitting back over here or up over the top of our hands. We're going to get into a plank position. Feet are close together, making sure your hips aren't sagging down or piking up. So this straight position here, nice plank position. You're going to go down to that push-up, keeping those elbows in close to your sides the entire time. Chest touches the ground. You're going to press fully upright into full locked out position at the top, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Now you could also use a set of dumbbells here if you want to kind of get a little bit deeper into that squat. You could have your dumbbells so you actually also alleviate some of the pressure on your wrists. So you can go ahead and grab these dumbbells and you can actually get lower in this push-up position and then press all the way up. Also, I actually have a little bit of a lip here on the floor in my garage. If you want to put your feet on a short box or a plate, you can even do some decline dumbbell to get even deeper into that push-up. So some decline dumbbell push-ups. Now, if you want to modify this, you can go from the knee position. So once again, just get on your knees. From this position, you also want to make sure that you are still keeping that shoulder, elbow, and wrist in a line here. So you're going to go into this push-up and then press all the way back up. We're not going to be back here doing it or up over the top. So nice, straight, vertical line. So you're gonna go ahead and do 12 of those push-ups. Then we're gonna jump up on the pull-up bar back there and we're gonna do 6 pull-ups. Now you might have a bar like that mounted to the wall. You might have a bar that's mounted in a doorway. I'll go over a couple modifications for some bands. But first off, palms facing forward, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. You're gonna go ahead and jump up on this bar. Pull that chin up over the top, all the way down. You can do 6 of these pull-ups. Couple bands, if you or a couple modifications. If you're unable to do an assisted pull-up, what you can do is wrap a band around that bar, then put 1 foot in that band. It's gonna give you a little bit of assistance on there. Or you can take a bench or a box, put it in front of that bar, put 1 foot on that box, and kind of use your leg to give you a little bit of assistance. Also, you can modify if you have a set of bands that actually have handles on them. This is a great way to go ahead and modify this and really mimic the same movement. So depending on the height of your pull-up bar, you can either go into a kneeling position here, but if that doesn't make your arms go straight up, you can get down into a seated position. Full extension on those arms. Once again, hands are a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. You're gonna pull down till those hands go down below chin level, all the way up, all the way down. So it's mimicking that same pull-up position, just with the band. Now, if you feel like that's a little bit too light, you can either use a stronger band, or you can double the reps on that, or triple the reps, depending on how many you're actually able to get out of there, but you kind of want to go to failure on those. So, all right guys, after that, now we're gonna hit up the jump rope portion after you do those pull-ups, and we're gonna either do 60 single unders with a jump rope or 40 double unders. So make sure all of your equipment is out of the way. Go ahead and grab your jump rope, and we're gonna start off here with 80 single unders. Now a single under is just 1 rotation of that jump rope for every jump. So we always wanna maintain proper form here, guys. So first off, keeping your feet together, and we're jumping on the balls of our feet. Now it's a bounding motion, guys. We don't have to kick our knees up or kick our legs back, and we just have to jump enough off the ground just to get that rope to clear underneath our feet. So 1 inch to maybe 3 inches. So you're just jumping on the balls of your feet, and it's a bounding motion. It's just straight up and down. This is all it is. Keeping those shoulders relaxed, chest up, shoulders back, and you initiate the first swing of that jump rope. So you notice I'm jumping on the balls of my feet, very relaxed in my shoulders, rotating that rope just with my wrists, and I'm keeping my elbows in close to my sides, and you see that my hands are slightly in front of my hips. Now there's not a lot of movement back and forth here. Once you get those hands in front of your hips, keep them there. And I did mention rotating that rope just with your wrists. So I see a lot of people, they'll have a lot of movement at the elbow joint or at the shoulder joint. Keep those elbows in locked close to your sides, and it's just a slight kind of a whipping motion with your wrist to get that rope to rotate around your body. Not a lot of effort is required to get that rotation of that jump rope. So you're either gonna do 80 single unders with that jump rope, or you can go ahead and intensify the workout if you want and do a little bit of run in place. This way you can generate quite a lot of speed on this. Or if you really want to intensify the workout, you can do what's called double unders. Now a double under is going to be 2 rotations of the jump rope for every jump. And if you choose to do double unders, then you're going to go ahead and do just 40 of those instead of the 80 single unders. So whichever movement you choose, either those 80 singles or the 40 double unders, you're going to create that or complete that set. Then that completes 1 round of this workout. And like I said at the beginning, guys, we're going to end up doing 4 rounds of this workout. So you're going to go back up to the top, do another set of the 12 dumbbell thrusters, then the 12 push-ups, then the 6 pull-ups, and then the 80 single unders or 40 double unders, and you're going to complete a set of 4 rounds. All right, guys, that is today's workout. Hope you enjoyed this workout. Also, I'd love the opportunity to send you out a free copy of my daily workout guidebook. This guidebook contains over 200 exercises plus workouts, and I've also included in my daily meal and nutrition plan in there free as well. So just hit up the link down below in the description or visit jumpropefit.com, and I will mail you out a free copy of that guidebook plus some extra bonuses in there that you get digitally automatically when you sign up today. All right, guys, let me know in the comment section what else you want to see, and I'll do my best to bring it to you, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow in the Jump Rope Fit Gym.